The air on Ganryu Island was still, heavy with salt and silence. It was 1604 and the world was about to witness a moment that would echo through centuries. The waves folded over the sand like a monk's slow breath. A lone samurai stepped onto the shore, Miyamoto Musashi, a man whose presence seemed to bend time itself. Across the beach stood Sasaki Kojiro, the legendary demon of the longsword, his blade gleaming like lightning, his stance carved from pride. Kojiro had been waiting for hours. Musashi was late, intentionally late. He stepped forward barefoot, unarmed, calm as the tide. What he carried was not a weapon, it was understanding. As his feet sank into the damp sand, Musashi watched the rhythm of the water, advance, retreat, advance again. The waves didn't fight the rocks, they simply flowed around them, carving their strength through patience. In that instant, a revelation passed through him. True mastery isn't about resistance or force. It's about alignment, the art of becoming one with what is. Musashi realized that strength is not in domination, but in adaptability. And from that single moment, the water strategy was born, a philosophy that would one day redefine victory, leadership, and the very meaning of power. Kojiro's eyes blazed across the beach. He shouted insults, his ego hungry for reaction. But Musashi didn't respond. He was listening, not to his opponent, but to nature itself. The sea was speaking, and he understood its language. Each wave was a lesson, motion without effort, impact without strain, persistence without pride. Musashi saw that every retreat was not weakness, but preparation. Every pause was a form of strength. This wasn't just observation, it was awakening. He remembered the boat that had brought him here. Its oar, simple and unrefined, had caught his attention. Now, standing in the sand, he reached for it, and with quiet precision, began carving. The rough wood became a blade, crude, uneven, yet perfectly attuned to the moment. Kojiro's weapon had taken years to forge. Musashi's took minutes. Yet one was born from expectation, the other from awareness. That distinction would decide everything. When the duel began, Kojiro attacked first, his strike a flash of pure aggression. The sound cut through the wind like thunder. But Musashi did not resist. He moved with the rhythm of the sea, gliding aside as the blade sliced through empty air. No panic, no defense, only precision. Kojiro's own force became his downfall, his balance collapsing into the vacuum of missed intent. Musashi's wooden oar, light as air yet guided by total presence, found its mark. A single blow. Silence. The demon of the long sword fell. But this was not a story of violence. It was a story of evolution. Historians would later write that this moment changed the philosophy of combat forever. What Musashi proved on that beach wasn't superiority of technique, it was supremacy of awareness. He demonstrated that power built on tension always collapses, while power built on flow endures. The real victory was not over Kojiro, but over the illusion that control requires force. Pause for a moment and reflect. How often do you face your own duels in life? When conflict rises, do you react like Kojiro, impatient, emotional, rigid, or like Musashi who turned chaos into rhythm? Every argument, setback, and disappointment is a battlefield between reaction and response. The rigid mind breaks under pressure. The fluid mind bends and returns stronger. Musashi's insight applies as much to the boardroom and home as it does to the battlefield. He understood something modern neuroscience is only beginning to measure. When the body tenses, perception narrows. When the mind resists, wisdom fades. But when you enter a state of relaxed awareness, what the Zen masters called mushin, or no mind, your vision expands. You start seeing the invisible patterns that govern behavior, timing, and energy. You stop fighting against life and begin dancing with it. That's the essence of the water strategy, to move with the current, not against it. Over the years, Musashi taught that this philosophy exists on 3 planes of mastery. The first is perception, learning to see reality as it is, not as your fears or desires distort it. Every conversation, every failure, every relationship has a rhythm. The warrior watches this rhythm before acting. The second is adaptation, the ability to flow through obstacles instead of colliding with them, to redirect pressure instead of absorbing it, to move in harmony with changing circumstances instead of resisting them. The third is transformation, where mastery becomes influence. Like water shaping stone, you begin to reshape the world through patience, consistency, and quiet power. The water strategy isn't about being passive, it's about intelligent surrender. It's the art of responding without losing balance. Imagine a heated argument. Most people meet fire with fire. Words sharpen, tones rise, emotions flare. But the practitioner of water listens deeply, waits for the wave to crest, and speaks with clarity when the moment softens. This isn't weakness, it's dominance through stillness. As Lao Tzu said, water overcomes the stone not by force, but by persistence. Kojiro fought with anger, Musashi fought with awareness, and awareness, like water, erodes every form of resistance. In that duel, the sea became his ally, an embodiment of Tao itself, the natural flow of existence. His victory was not luck, nor divine favor. It was alignment, man, nature, and intention moving as one. Musashi's lesson has never been more urgent. In a world obsessed with noise and aggression, most people mistake speed for progress and conflict for strength. But the one who learns to slow down, to observe, to let the tide speak, that person becomes unstoppable. The true warrior no longer fights for domination. He acts from clarity. He doesn't resist the storm. He becomes the calm within it. Centuries after that morning, neuroscientists studying high-performance states describe something remarkably similar. They call it flow state, when action and awareness merge, when effort disappears, and every movement feels inevitable. The body relaxes, the mind opens. Creativity, precision, and courage align perfectly. It's Musashi's philosophy expressed through biology. When you stop resisting life, life begins to cooperate. Before his death, Musashi wrote, "I did not seek to defeat others. I sought to defeat the illusion of separation between myself and the world." That is the ultimate essence of his teaching. The enemy is never the opponent before you. It's the division within you. The moment you dissolve that barrier, you stop fighting and start flowing. Every problem becomes an ally. Every challenge, a current guiding you toward mastery. The duel on Ganryu Island ended in a single strike, but the wisdom it revealed continues to ripple through time. The ocean still whispers the same truth Musashi heard that day, the one truth the proud never understand. Gentleness is strength disguised as grace. Patience is power slowed down. Flexibility is invincibility in motion. So when life tests you, when pressure builds and your instincts scream to fight, remember the lesson of the waves. Don't resist. Recenter, redirect, flow. Because real victory is not about overpowering life. It's about harmonizing with it so completely that life begins to move through you effortlessly. Musashi's spirit still walks that beach each morning, not to fight but to remind us. Strength is not hardness. Clarity is not coldness. Power is not control. The true warrior is water, formless, fluid, unstoppable. Train your mind, master yourself, walk the Dojo Path,